Well, the moon is low on the horizon, and even though it's about to disappear, lunacy is in the air and will stay there. We are on the ground at Charlotte Douglas International Airport, the umpteenth busiest hub in the United States, home to what used to be Piedmont, then U.S. Airways, then more U.S. Airways, and now American Airlines. We are, because you viewers demand it every now and again, a little bit in the way of stupid airplane tricks, we are going to fly from here to just past Mount Mitchell, North Carolina, to a little strip called Mountain Air, 2NCO. And it is 4,500 feet up on top of a mountain. And let's see if we can get a picture of it here. I was going to do this at St. Bart's in the Caribbean, but the free X-plane scenery that was created for it, complete with an installer and a fix for the installer and all sorts of things like that, is simply too smart for me, and it doesn't work. So, for instance, this shot right here of the runway and then the hill, I cannot get to work, and there is no terrain here, so therefore there is no fun. So instead, we're going to try another challenging airport, and this one also freeware, but happens to be at least somewhat modeled. Anyway, Burnsville Mountain Air Airport. Runway length 2,900 feet by 50. Elevation 4432 feet. See if I can get a nice video of this. Well, yeah, there's probably a video of it somewhere, but still pictures are terrifying enough. I mean, this is scary enough if you're flying in a single, let alone a King Air, let alone a Twin Otter, let alone a 737. This is what it looks like. That's also what it looks like. I'm trying to get a bigger picture, though. This is sometimes... What? Oh no, that's in Germany. That's just about as terrifying. All right, anyone? Videos. All right, there we go. Landing at 2NC0. Now I've already scouted this out in the in X-plane here, and unfortunately they put some trees at the end of the runway, which will actually it'll make it more of a challenge. But okay, so here we go. No, I'm sorry. Stupid music on it. Scratch that. Let's try this one. There we go. Alright, that's base leg. Let's get him turning final. There we are. That is what it really looks like. And, come on, real full screen, please. Alright. And it is deceptive because you think you're high, and then all of a sudden you realize, like this guy just did, we're a little low, and that's why he or she is hard on the power here, but there we go. Nicely fixed. And the real world, it's got that notch on the end of it. Oh, nicely done. Perfect. And there's an uphill grade on it as well. We don't have that, but we have almost the rest of the thrill ride, including the resort with the swimming pool right here. This thing can land at 2,900 feet. The question is, can it land at 2,900 feet at altitude? And I'm not even sure if we can get there because there's really no clean way to navigate to it except by using pilotage. We do have a radial, more or less, that it is off of, so we're gonna, and we do have one waypoint in the database we can plop in, which should work, and that is Lincoln, Linco, which I'm guessing, since I used to live in Charlotte, I'm guessing that is Lincolnton in Lincoln County, which is about right geographically, and that's still before we get into the mountains. The mountains will start around here, and they get pretty hefty for this part of the country. So we're 26 miles to Lincoln, and then a 2-degree turn to the left, and then we'll just have to sort of keep our eyes open for landmarks. And as you can see, we're going to be going over a big ridge here, then another ridge here, and one more before we plunk down here. The only other significant landmarks are a little bit deceptive because they wind around a little bit, but is this stream, which meets at this confluence right here and curls around the edge of the mountain. There in the real world, there's a golf course that is all around here, so you can sort of pick it out well enough. But basically, this airport's on top of the mountain, and it is a stupid thing. We have tuned in the 309 radial right here, just as a bit of a sanity check, but we'll fly it in LNAV at least out to that point, and then we'll get in heading select mode. But I just want to see how well it corresponds with the 309 radial, so I've got that set up on my display. Other than that, we're taking off at flaps 15, and really the reason why I'm doing it is to get some idea of the performance of the plane loaded up the way we are, and to see if we even have a remote chance of landing, and maybe even departing out of there again. The whole thing is utterly stupid and ill-conceived, so let's just put a stop to any ideas that we're doing this out of any responsible airmanship, but let's just at least avoid an off-schedule descent. Caution. Set a cruising altitude of 9. Let's see, a VFR altitude going west. Let's do 8,500. Alright, 8,500 there, and landing altitude is going to be 4430. Give or take. Alright, that's good. Might as well get some lights on. Warn people we're about to commit lunacy. Go out with our logos blazing. All the lights on, all pimped out here. Let's see, we're drawn from Gen 1. Seatbelt signs are on for anybody fool enough to be flying with us. A little bit hot in there, so let's fix that. We're in heading select mode. We should... What I'm going to do is I'm going to set an intercept heading here just in case I want to use that. And what did we say? 8,500. Spin that down. There we go. Flight directors on. Let me just see. I don't think I've activated the route, so actually let me just activate the route and execute the route, and let me just see if it's in our flight plan. I do have a magenta line which is going to end in 26 nautical miles, but alright, fair enough. We will turn on terrain, because we're not crazy, we're just stupid. Alright. Get settled in for a little short flight of fancy here. Stand those throttles up. We're going to make a right turn on departure. Now let's just see how we perform. Unfortunately, there's no mileage markers or feet markers there. Alright, there we go. And whoa, Nelly. A rather sprightly performance. decelerate us a little bit here. And I'm going to wait for that radial to start coming in. Oh, what the hell? We'll be able to cleaning ourselves up a little bit. Pop in our autopilot. Take care of a little business. Alright. This could get rocky anyway. We're in a IMC. Fly at 240. Well, alright. This could be the world's shortest, dumbest flight. When I checked out Mountain Air, I did notice that it was in VMC. I sure hope that's the case. Alright, so I'm keeping my eye on the DME. We've got about another 20 miles to go. And I think what I'm going to do is when we get there, I'm going to make our 2-degree turn. And I'm going to continue using the DME from Charlotte. It's another 53 miles. Alright, this could get reasonably ugly. As if it weren't already. Alright, so we are 16 miles away from our 2-degree left turn. What I'm going to do right now is change our course, and I'm just going to put us direct from the station just so I can see it. And that way when we turn, I'll also establish ourselves direct from there, and that way we can track outbound instead of having to worry about the wind drifting us around, although the wind is mostly off our nose right now. In essence, what I'll do is instead of fly a heading, I will get ourselves established on whatever radial we happen to turn to, and that way we will maintain that track regardless of the wind. Okay, 13 miles till the turn. I don't have high hopes of finding the airport. I will tell you that much for free. But maybe we'll pleasantly surprise ourselves. We'll certainly give it a shot. Get our heading bugs squared up, though. That's for damn sure. And again, I'm just seeing what radial this happens to take us to. Get on my legs page. There's only one leg. Alright, it says, what, 8.8 miles? 8.6 miles. And that's reasonably close to the DME distance, so we know that's fairly reliable. And I think there's a little bit of left to right component, and yes there is. That's why we're drifting ever so slightly to the right of that radial. Alright, 21, 5.7 miles away. We are flying a heading of 309. I'm glad there isn't a significant crosswind component. I wouldn't want to have to wrap my brain around that because I don't have the brain cells at this time of night to do it. Alright, about 3 miles to go. We'll literally make a 2-degree turn. Pop into heading select mode. Okay, 2 miles to go. I'm going to allow for a little bit of turning radius and do it about 3/4 of a mile away. Okay, now we're going to fly this heading for another 53 miles and nuts. And see if it gets us where we need to go. What that was what's called a soft crash. A gizmo crash. Hope that doesn't screw us too badly. Alright, and that puts us on which radial? Let's see. About that radial. So we're going to VOR loc mode. And that'll lock us onto that radial. The 308 radial. 309 radial. And we are going to fly that until we get to, what was it, 80. Let's see, this leg is 26 till we get to 79 miles right here. And then we're going to look for an airport. Or we're going to look actually for at about, get this straight, you know, it'd be nice if I could see the scale on this thing. But at about 26. Let's see. 26 miles away. About 12 miles away, we're going to look for the first of 3 mountain ridges. And there should be a city down here, a little town. So 12 from 79 is 67 miles. So at DME 67, we're going to look for a fairly significant mountain ridge. This is not going to end well. I can already tell you that much for free. And we do have enough fuel to go elsewhere if we need to. So why don't we plan for that? KAVL. Get that ready to go. And we'll have that in our pocket. See what the weather's like there. Broken overcast. Yikes. Winds calm. Asheville Regional. Come in on runway 17 if there's an ILS. Runway 35. All right, cool. Oh, great, it's an NDB approach. Arrival. ILS 35. All right, so we'll have that ready to go. Again, we're looking up. Well, you know what? We've lost our DME, so that doesn't matter. So now let's look for landmarks. There are our lakes right down there. So we are more or less in the right place. And then about 10 miles past the lakes are going to be our first mountains. Let's see, we've got a lake, we've got US 70 right there, which is right over there. And then we've got this other highway, which is going up off that way. So we are, believe it or not, we're more or less okay so far. But then there's going to be a real absence of landmarks until we get to this. We should fly directly over this river confluence. And I think what we'll do is you know what? Our autopilot is a little bit wonky because of that little crash. But we will come down to 7,000 feet. I think we can. Let's see. Can we? Yeah, we can. Alright, so I think this is our first mountain ridge. You know what? For visibility's sake, let's hold it right there. Just hit altitude hold. Turn on our ignites. Yes, altitude alert, I know. All right. And we were getting that altitude alert. Why? You shouldn't. Fine. Wants to be a little higher. We'll let it be a little higher. All right, there is one peak. But I think we've passed that one already. I think we're heading right towards this. And now we're looking for a river confluence, which should be right over there. That should be this that we're looking at. And this should be Little Switzerland, believe it or not, and that should be this. I don't even want to know what they do in Little Switzerland. But what I think we will do is slow the action down a little bit. And get some slats out. And arm our speed brakes. And we are drifting downwards, and we really don't want to. So let's just get an altitude hold right there. And okay, there's our river. But I don't know if we're right past the confluence or not. Let's see. Can't really tell. We might be slightly to the right. We could, of course, cheat. I'm just going to come a little bit to the left here. That is probably an airport, but I can't really be sure. I think it is. If it is, I will be very pleasantly surprised. Whoa! There is a moon in the middle of that mountain. And that is our airport. Slow our asses down. Bring down our gear. Take out our auto throttle, which of course is not working. Get ourselves on a base leg here, such as it is. Yes, altitude alert, you betcha. Alright, deal with that updraft. I think what we'll do is we will enter a pattern here, because we are quite high, and come around and land from the other direction. Get ourselves established. Take a look at some landmarks. There is the golf course. Okay, we'll follow that road right there back in, I think. Okay, pattern altitude here is going to be about right about there.
2500.
Try to maintain a little bit of decorum here. Let's see, we'll go out to about that pointy ridge right there. I don't want to have to commit the ignominy of climbing to my runway, we do want to descend. It takes a lot of engine power to keep us at this altitude at these flaps. We'll just do a little procedure turn here in a second. Just going to take out a notch of flaps here just so that we're not totally crazed. There is no wind, thankfully. Just loop our way around this valley and then see if we can see where we're going. About 2,000 feet above right now.
2,500.
We're 2,500 feet above that. Don't want to get my airspeed too much higher than that. I believe that's the road we're supposed to follow back. This is not really the ideal viewing. There's our field. Viewing position. Is that our field? Or is that our field? That's our field. With the cliff. That's a nasty piece of terrain. You know, my eyes are playing tricks on me. I can't quite... Oh, okay, there's their golf course. Okay. There we go. Crap, can't see. Get a little slip going. No, that's not going to do it.
Sink rate. 1,000. Sink rate.
Try again from this direction.
500.
I have better landmarks here. Yes, I know. All right, let's give ourselves a little more time there. I will say I'm really almost shocked I found the runway. All right, let's see. There's some terrain. Okay, so we're coming back on runway 32. This is highly inadvisable here. What we're doing. Just going to cheat right over that ridge right here. And try and see our field again. There it is. Okay, good. I don't want to balloon up that much. All right, there we are. Sweet and meaty. And we are higher than we think. Let's just get ourselves stable at least. There we go. Alright, speed brakes are armed. Auto brakes on max. Get ourselves stable. This is very deceptive. We are high again, so we're about 2,000 above right now. Put us into a slip here. Again, we're high. 1,000 above. And I'm basically out of trim here. Let's just see what we can do.
40, 30, 20. Terrain. Pull up.
Nope, going around. Make one last stab at it, and then we'll call it a night. I'm so scared of being below that I, of course, got too high. And too fast. Come on to a nice downwind leg here. There's our airport back there.
2500.
Going to come in a little bit lower this time. About 1,500 feet above the field. Terrain permitting. Right along that ledge there. see where we are. Okay. Down can come the gear. Hush. Okay, there's the field. Okay. Trying to trim myself a little bit nose high here. And I'm slowing ourselves right down almost to our V-app. Actually a little bit slow. Okay, there's the field. Okay, now I'm at about V-app plus 5. In a second, turn final and get ourselves going down. That's exactly, okay, this is exactly the nose-up attitude I want to have. Right about like that. 2.5 degrees nose up. Start coming down. About that rate. A little slower. Slow my speed down. I'll lose a little bit of altitude here, but again, don't want to be so damn high. Okay, 1,000 above, still a little high. Got a healthy sink going, but I want to arrest that in a second. That tree's a problem.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
There we go, and we're down. We're not happy about it, but we're down. And welcome to Mountain Air, where our ride is waiting. Look at that. All right, I know you want to see that again. So let's. That was pretty gnarly. Okay. Unfortunately, we have a tower there to contend with, but there we go. You know, I had more room than I thought. Well, no, I didn't, because there is that... No, we definitely took the top off of that tree. Okay, we like that, don't we? All right, hang on a second. Gotta. All right. Well, you know, this is why I love stupid airplane tricks. All right, there we are. Oh, look out for that tree. Choom. All right, well. And that interstate light lamppost right there. Whoa, doggies. All right, well, I think we've had our fun, haven't we? Wow. You know, I mean, we had to get poolside. I mean, you know, the champagne was getting warm. And I don't think we can get out of here, but, you know, just for a case of the giggles and the shits, let's see what we can do. And then I'll just leave it right here. This is deeply inadvisable, but let's give it a shot. I don't know. Should we do flaps full? I think we have too much drag. Let's try another flaps 15. We're considerably lighter than we were. I don't think we can make this turn, to tell you the truth. No, you know what? Let's just set the brakes, you know, and we just park it right there. Why the hell not? All right. Yeah, just hop out and just park poolside. So from high atop a mountain in western North Carolina here. It normally takes a Land Cruiser to get here, or a or a Cessna Skyhawk. We'll leave it at that, and see you next time.